welcome to your practice. Take your seat, roll your thighs in and down today. And today we're going to explore our sixth chakra, it's called, this energy processing center. Each chakra processes all the experiences we have in our life. And like rooms in a house, one chakra might do things that have to pertain to the body and anxiety. That's root. Another chakra, like this sixth chakra, has to do with the experiences in our life that have to do with perception, our imagination, and our intuition. So I love this chakra. And so we'll activate it today by bringing our palms together in Anjali Mudra and taking our thumbs at the center of the third eye. There's an expression in the Indian tradition, as you lift your spine, take a really deep breath, and you can listen to the axiom. Activate Ujjayi breath now with the lips together, teeth relaxed, breath flowing in and out your nose. And the adage says, if you stare at your third eye long enough, it opens for you. And so it really refers to if we focus our attention on our intuitions, on our perceptions, on the big picture. In Buddhism and the yoga traditions, they share this term. It's called upeksha. Upeksha means eagle eye vision, like the big picture, not getting lost in the trees or the forest, so to speak. And so right now, I invite you to think about one thing that stresses you out, one thing in your life right now that's putting pressure on you, but that you actually know is A, non-existent, like it's in the future, it might not happen. Or B, you know it's not really a big deal, it just annoys you. And think about the practice shifting you and opening you up to letting that go. You're alive, you can practice yoga and your body's healthy, and we'll sing the sound of Om, celebrating that. Inhale. Bow in to the truth of your life and your commitment to really seeing the big picture for as many moments of it. And then when you're ready, you can lift your chin. Let's get standing. And we'll get into this fabulous practice. I'm so excited today to have you here. Start to do little shoulder circles. And as you do it and start to breathe with the movement, feel into your upper arms and start to supinate the hands, which means palms forward. So you start to get that flossing of the shoulder girdle as we work that external rotation. And then start to add arms, but not stretch straight. Backstroke, if you will. Notice if one feels tighter. Does it? Yeah, me too. Mine's my right, so tighter today. And that's it. We add our attention to our practice. You know, we could practice and not listen to music and check out, and that's one kind of energy. But that doesn't work with our attention and the art of yoga, which is really start to stretch the arms straight now, really feeling into the now. Most of us check out, and we're pretty good at that because society teaches us that every day. But can you check in? And when we notice little idiosyncratic tendencies within our minds and certain tight patterning in our bodies, wow, then big change happens. Good. Now take your feet a little wider than your hips, but not so wide, like a real prasarita, just a little wider than your hips. Nice. Good job. Lift your spine, pull your ribs down, and stretch your arms straight. Now we're going to open our mid-back right now. So inhale, lift your belly. Exhale, twist to the right and lift your left heel up. And feel the stretch. Can you feel that in your mid-back? Good. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, you're going to twist the other way. Inhale, come forward. Exhale. Inhale, forward. Start to do this at your own pace. And I invite you to feel your body twisting like a unit. So you're not twisting from the hips. Everything from the lifted heel is twisting at the same rate. So feel your arms not going more quickly and you get a big like twist like that. We're not going for that. It's a whole body unit twist. Good. So there's a lot of pulling in here through the belly, the front rib cage down. Good. And that'll get you right in that back. Good. Now on the next exhale, you're going to take your hands on your hips. Heel toe your feet wider. Turn your right toes, I'm not going to mirror you right now, to the right. Take a breath. Spin your back heel to the sky. Rise up, crescent lunge. Inhale, come back to legs straight, turning to the left edge of your sticky mat, arms hug in. Front ribs down, belly in. Exhale, left heel this time lifts, twist to the right. Inhale up. Other right heel lifts as you twist to the left. Go like this, and it might be that you start to take your feet out a little wider each time. You lift a heel and open it up. Lift a heel and open it up. See how that feels? And if that's too much, you can keep the feet where they are. And then you can start to itsy bitsy spider the feet closer together as you twist. And notice that. Again, you twist one way, the opposite heel lifts. Good, that's very good control. Good job not twisting your upper body faster than your lower body. And then take your hands on your hips. Front ribs down, belly in. Turn everything to the left. You can scoot your back foot back if you need to get that width through the pelvis. Nice work. Deep inhale, smooth exhale. Good. Come back, turning to the right edge of your sticky mat. Heel toe your feet together. Now this time you're going to take a shoulder stretch. So I'll show you this way, feet together. If that's too much, grab a strap. Palms face your hips. Inhale, lift your spine, roll the head of the humeral bones up, back, and down. Squeeze your palms, lift up. Good. Feel the inner shoulder spin out and squeeze your triceps to one another behind you. Good. If you want an added challenge, you can lift your heels, but don't let the shoulder slump forward. Some of us, that's too much. Notice which pinky's below. Wiggle it so you're clear. Inhale, float it up. Good. Grab the right wrist with the left hand, flip the palm. Lift your spine. Beautiful. Nice. Good lift of the spine. Front ribs down. Exhale, stretch over to the left. Take your right knee, bend it, glide it behind you. You're on the blade of that right foot. That's the pinky toe side. And pull it back. Stretch the top arm straight and breathe. Now, think about your third eye. Is it jutting forward with your chin? And pull the sides of the temples, the sides of the throat right here back. You'll feel when you do that, your neck elongates. Good. Inhale, sweep it up, hands on the hips, take a breath. You're going to stretch your right leg back just like a little airplane. Just want to start to warm up our hips, even though you can tell we're going for a deep dive in the shoulders today. Smooth inhale, gentle, spacious exhale. And then when you're ready, come out of the posture. Inhale, stretch your spine. Get all the length that you can. Front ribs down. And exhale, interlace the exotic way, the way you're not used to. So good. Spine tall, ribs down. Grab the strap if it feels creaky, if you feel like a ligament's kind of clicking, anything going on there. Palms can be flush. If you don't, take a breath. Think about your third eye and temples, right? The sweet little sensitive spot right here to the sides of the eyebrows, and pull that back along with the sides of your throat. And you'll get like another nano inch in that opening. Can you feel that? Yeah? Through this right here. There's a lot of traffic here. We've got the bicipital tendon, we've got delts. There's lots of things interfacing at the intersectionality here. And so breathe, and if it feels tight, know there's a lot going on. And work the temple back, work the throat back, One more breath here. Good. Inhale, stretch it up. Grab your left wrist, palm up. Lift your spine and pull the front ribs down. Stretch it over to the right. And then when you're ready, bend your left knee. And take on the blade of that left foot, the pinky toe side as you stretch. This is going to open the sides of the hips. I know you're loving that. Make sure that breath, right? Like the sixth chakra has to do with a lot more esoteric, unseen aspects of ourself. The way we perceive, the way we intuit, the way we imagine, our dream recall, our memories, yeah? And the breath is the thread that connects us to the seen things of ourself, our body, and to the unseen things. So when we can find that deep breath, pull the sides of the throat back, pull the sides of the temples back, right? Then we connect to that sixth chakra. Inhale, hands on the hips. Slide and glide, nice work. Good job, don't have it be erratic, nice and smooth. Flex your left foot. And then we're just warming up this right hip, juicing it up. So many good poses and good things to come. One more breath here. Nice work. Inhale, touch down. When you're ready, stretch up. Good, now here, one more time. I'm gonna turn, you don't have to, front ribs down, belly in and up. Lift out of the shoulder girdle. Now, I'm going to encourage you, where are your ears? Are they forward of your triceps? Pull the sides of the throat and the temples, that third eye spot, back. And now stretch up through your pinkies. Now here, bend your right elbow and take your left palm and press the tip of the elbow into the center of your left palm and push down with your left palm. Now, as you do this, right, the ribs tend to splay. The floating ribs lift. Pull them in while you push your head and third eye back. Yeah. Anybody feeling that stretch? Right? You feel that? And then I feel sweet release. So breathe and exhale. So you feel a release too. And now you're going to start to lean over in a crescent, pointing your left elbow to your right elbow rather to the left. Suck your right shoulder back. Now see if you can squeeze your right shoulder blade towards your spine and then push out that right elbow. Good. Inhale. When you're ready, stretch this arm straight, take it behind you and press it into your sacrum. It looks like this. Keep rolling the head of the right humeral up back and squeeze that right shoulder blade in towards your spine. And now if you want, you can look straight ahead with your left hand on your hip, or what you could do is you could start to turn, if it's not too much, to the right, a left. I'm now mirroring you. To your left. Pull the ribs in, pull the throat and third eye back, and really lean to the left. And you might start to feel, right? Are we all feeling that? The opening of this really tight spot. Well done. Breathe. One more round of breath here. Inhale. Carefully release, sleepwalker arms. That was a deep internal rotation stretch. Earlier we did external rotation stretch, so we'll get back there. But because of that internal, take the arm bones back, plug them in and get them back to neutral because we went one way and then the other. Stretch up. Pull your front ribs and belly down and lift through your spine. Lift through your spine. And then when you're ready, sides of the throat back, temples back, bend, and then place right center of palm in that little elbow tip, like a key in a lock. Push down and push out. Find your Ujjayi breath. Breath flows in and out the nose. Teeth together, beautiful, lips apart. Good breathing. Now hug the left shoulder blade in towards your spine, even as you pull the front ribs down. Lift the head up. Press the sides of the throat, neck, ears, third eye back. One more breath here. Good. Exhale, stretch, release. Now, what are you gonna do? You're gonna take the left arm, roll the head of the humeral on the left arm. Nice work. Up, back, squeeze the left shoulder blade. Yeah, you got that. In towards your spine and start to twist to the right. Deep breathing in and out the nose. And you might feel like it's too much to lean to the right, and so you just look forward. So one of our greatest currencies is our attention. So think about where your attention is, how does it feel, and it might be you look forward or you look to the right, but keep squeezing with clarity the left shoulder blade in towards the spine. One more breath here. Good. Exhale, slowly release, back to neutral with the palms, feet together. Take a few rounds, and like a circle, we're back to where we began, and yet we're changed. You feel your shoulders more open. Do one at a time. Good. But the palms are forward. Enjoy your breath, and when the movement's easy, because you know more challenge is coming, and so you just enjoy the little respite here. And now slowly start to take the cactus arm form, but you're doing one at a time. Really try to have the movement not be from the elbow, even though the elbows are moving, but have the movement be initiated, yeah, from your shoulder. Yeah. Good job. 2 more rounds. And then when you're ready, make it big arms, big arms. Still though, a little more shoulder, please. Shoulder up and back. Shoulder up and back. Shoulder up and back. Keep going and make sure the chin isn't jutting forward along with that third eye. Pull the chin back, pull the third eye back. One more round. Very good. Nice work. Okay, now we're going to come onto our bellies. So get your hair organized and come onto your belly so you have space. And we're going to work the shoulder region more. So clear stuff out of your way. If you have 2 blocks or a pillow, have it forward of you so you can have your arms straight and there's no interference. But have it handy because we're going to play with that today as well. If your hip points bug you, put a towel or a blanket under them. Stretch your arms straight. Karate chop the floor like you're doing a martial art. So the pinkies press down. Now, walk your feet back. Stabilize the ribs and torso by moving your belly away from the floor. Then, when you're ready, lift the right arm bone up and squeeze the right shoulder blade towards your back left pocket. Then, when you feel that totally lifting like a balloon on the right shoulder, take your left arm bone up and hug the left shoulder blade towards your right back pocket. Then, when you're ready, don't lift your head. Keep your third eye down into the floor and lift just the arms up, hovering above the floor. Hold. We'll do that 9 more times. So bring the arms down, karate chop the floor. Right shoulder, lift it. Squeeze the right shoulder blade towards your spine and left back pocket. Left shoulder blade up. Squeeze the left shoulder blade towards your spine and right back pocket. Lift the arms up a little higher. Fingers are together. Exhale, touch down. Shoulder blades to opposite pockets, lift up. Good. Inhale, come down. Shoulder blades to the opposite pockets. Exhale, up. A little higher. Come down. Do that 5 more times. Taking the pause to lift the arm bones, cross the shoulder blades, then exhale, arms up. Notice if your belly and abdominal wall has disengaged and try to hold on to that. Move it away from the floor. Good. Hands alongside the chest, baby cobra, Bhujangasana. Walk your feet back, lift the belly away from the floor, and then third eye down, throat back, rise up. Have your gaze come up last. So it's like you're pressing the back of the head straight back, yeah? Nice, good. Feel that length? Yes, well done. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Pedal through your feet. 5 breaths. Walk your feet back if you need more length. Your feet can be sitting bone distance. As you press your palms down, notice your temples lined up with your biceps. The head shouldn't be lower, the head shouldn't be higher. If you stare at your third eye long enough, it will open for you. So you can even start to make the gaze in these simpler poses in Shambhavi Mudra, which means you're looking inside as well as out. The gaze is partly out. You can see your mat, but then you draw the energy back in your mind's eye, and there's a diffuse quality to your gaze and drishti. Good, inhale, right leg high to the sky, flex your foot to stretch the calf, and then float the right foot forward. 1 breath, lift and lengthen your spine and your arms to the sky in crescent lunge. And now we'll twist, stretching our mid-back again like we did in warm-up. So exhale, float the arms as you twist to the right, parallel to the floor. Spread the fingers and press the palms forward. Take the head of the humeral bones, right? Good. Back into the socket, and then retwist a little more. Sink down, sink down, sink down. Good. Back to downward facing dog. Press the hips high. Walk the feet back. 5 breaths here, pedaling through the feet. You know the deal. Finger pads press. Inner edges of the palms press. And now, when you're ready, feel your ears lined up with your biceps as well as your temples. Stretching the base of those armpits by pushing the floor away from you. Then when you're ready, inhale, left leg high to the sky. Flex the foot to stretch the calf muscle, and then float the left foot forward. Inhale from inside, rise up, stretch it up, and then when you're ready, exhale, twist to the left. As you twist to the left, lifting that spine, bring your palms forward, almost like you're high-fiving someone, and feel the head of the humeral bones move back, and feel that deep integration of the shoulder girdle, nice and strong. Good, nice work. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna come forward now. So inhale, high plank. Take a breath. Exhale, come down halfway, low plank, halfway. In your lower plank, arm bones up and back, right shoulder blade to the left back pocket, right shoulder blade to the left back pocket. Slowly come down. And then when you're ready, inhale, cobra, chin down, third eye down, throat back, lift up. Exhale, come back to your belly now. We're gonna do some more back extensions and strengtheners in the way of the shoulders. So take your arms, can you see me, yeah? Can you see? I'm gonna show you this way. Yeah, like that, okay? So your goalpost arms facing the floor, but your pinkies, just like when we did it before, are karate chopping the floor. You want your elbows lined up with your shoulders. So you're pushing the floor, and you should feel a sweet fire, huh? Some of you are like, it's a campfire in my shoulders, right? Press down, your fingers are together. With your long spine, lift those arm bones up. And pull your right shoulder blade towards your spine, and left back pocket, left shoulder blade towards your spine, and right back pocket. Now, when you're ready, inhale, just the arms up, not the third eye. Third eye down, arms up, and inhale down. Good, do that 10 times. Exhale, arms up. Take that moment, shoulder blade to the spine, and come down. Keep going. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale, hands alongside the chest, roll it up. Nice work. Roll it up. Third eye down, throw back, head back. Make sure the pelvis is on the floor. A little more pelvis down. And then think pelvis high. Pedal through the feet. 5 breaths. As you press down well through your hands and finger pads, see if you can add a little refinement now to the arms, which impact the shoulder girdle. So roll your forearms in and then lift your shoulders up and then squeeze your triceps down. So the lower forearm rolls in, the inner arm spins out, is another way of saying that. Then pull your left shoulder blade towards your spine. Pull your right shoulder blade towards your spine and take the feet back a little more. And you'll notice the chest will melt down instead of dropping down with the support of a strong shoulder girdle alignment. Inhale, stretch the right leg to the sky. Flex that foot. Exhale, float the right foot forward. Inhale, rise up, crescent for a breath. Exhale, come down on your back knee. Good. How are you doing? Yeah? Well done. Keep breathing. Pad underneath your knee if you need to with a blanket, towel, or roll the left edge of your sticky mat in because we're going to be here. Phase 1, let's stay risen. Right palm face up on the thigh, left hand on the hip. Phase 2, as you weight the outer left knee more, take the foot up. With the strap in your left palm or not, lift the sides of the body and take the head of the humeral bone back. Then, with the arm like a waiter or waitress, take the hand back. Grab the inside of the foot, keep the inner shoulder spinning out, keep squeezing your left shoulder blade towards your spine, and breathe as you bow forward. Third eye doesn't look outward, right? The third eye is the one that looks inward. So you can even touch your third eye and gently push it back. You'll feel the back of your neck might feel really good and long. If you want more, keep spinning the left inner shoulder out and spin the left elbow to the sky. Wrap your fingers around the toes and push your toes down towards the top of your pelvic girdle. The crest, it's called. 2 more breaths if you want more. Right arm up. So hug the right shoulder back and squeeze that right shoulder blade towards your spine. Make sure your right arm is lined up with your ear behind your temple. Last breath. Lovely. Good alignment. Curl your back toes under, lift the thigh, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, when you're ready, left foot rises. Flex the foot so you're reaching through that calf muscle, please. Good, nice work. And then exhale, float the left foot forward. Crescent for breath, rise up. Nice clear lines as you stretch up. Yeah, start to feel the front of the hips melting for you. And we're dissolving them pose by pose. Feel the third eye. I can feel my head's a little more forward than it could be. So third eye, right, is searching for the unseen benefits of this world and of yourself. Exhale with control. Gently land on your back right knee. Nice. Soft landing. Pad underneath the right knee if you wish. And then when you're ready, left palm face up on the center of your left femur. Feel the hips square, lift your spine like a server in a restaurant. Take the right arm up, hug the right shoulder back and squeeze the right shoulder blade in towards your spine. Your tricep right moves down. That's a byproduct of making sure the tip of the scapula is hugging medially into the spine. It moves medially and actually posteriorly. That tip, it moves in and slightly back if the scapular bone is fully activated. Then, like a waiter or waitress, palm up, start to lean back. Feel the inner shoulder from a place of muscularity, hugging in, pulling back, and see if you can grab the inside of the foot If all that's too much, keep your right hand on your hip and work the action of the shoulder. If you grab the foot and turn and can be very square, symmetrical toward the front of the room, and it's not too much of a stretch on your inner right shoulder, then you can spin your right elbow to the sky, wrap your fingers around the base of your toes and press the toes to your iliac crest, to the hip crest right here. If you can tuck your toes in that hip crest into the rib cage little nook, great. But you're weighting everyone, wherever you are, the outer right knee. If you want a last breath, left arm up, plug the head of the humeral bone on the left shoulder back, hug the left shoulder blade to the spine, take the arm up, arm on the left is behind your left temple and third eye, back. Exhale, beautiful. Press it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, when you're ready, come forward. High plank, we're going halfway down again. You're always welcome to be on your knees, right? For these planks, you know that. When you're ready, take a breath. Pull your right shoulder blade towards your left back pocket. Left shoulder blade towards your right back pocket. Feel your heart soften and open, and don't let the third eye clump down. Lift it up and resist. Halfway hold and squeeze your elbows in. Then come onto your bellies. Good. Now we're going to take a Y shape with our arms. So I'm going to walk back so I have room to groove. Do the same. Wonderful yogi that you are. Take your mindful moment and get organized. So wise to learn to take pauses. Your arms are V-shaped. So I'm going to show you this way, right? They're not the first one that we did. They're not the second. They're in between. So we're getting into all the strengthening of the whole posterior chain girdle of the shoulders here. Feels so good. This is how we open the shoulders as well as strengthen them. So arms are straight, pinkies are rooting into the floor. Good. Once you do that, push your third eye, Ajna chakra, into the floor and feel the arm bones lift up away from the floor. Then pull your right pinky in towards your spine, and you'll feel a total lift and levity in that right shoulder. Pull your left pinky in towards your spine. You might even feel the shoulder blades move in immediately, and you might even feel them lift a little. And then when you're ready, you're going to take the head along with the arms off the floor. So the head will rise this time, but not faster than the arms. Exhale, lift. So arms are alongside the ears. Inhale, come down. Don't lift your legs yet. Exhale, lift. Inhale, come down. Good, do 8 more of those. Good. Exhale, hands alongside the chest. When you're done, back to Bhujangasana. Cobra is such a good pose for the shoulders. It helps us who are tight in our upper back, yeah? Mobilize, lift the shoulders up and back. Left shoulder blade towards the spine, right shoulder blade towards the spine. Third eye chakra, forward and back. Lift it up. Good. Exhale, curl the toes under. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. We'll go for extended side angle, Uttita Parshvakonasana. Hug your hips in, stretch through your heels, and exhale, float the right foot forward. Rise up. So notice where you are. Notice where you want to put your attention. If you want more tension on your breath, then don't bind. If you want more tension on the shoulder opening, you feel flexible, bind. So if you're not binding, I'm not mirroring you right now. Well, I can mirror you. That will be easier for you. Bend your right knee to a square. And I like to offer the opportunity to take your hand on a prop flat to the inside of the leg. Warming up the wrist, getting lower to the ground to open the hips, and take your top arm over. That would be your left. And we'll talk shoulders in a second, okay? Go there. If you want to bind, then you would take No props with a block or pillow, and in your left hand, the strap. Your right hand is going to go under you and take a pause. As you look down into your pelvis and groin area, look at that right shoulder. Pull the shoulder to your ear and back, and then bow forward, more from the hip. Take the strap behind you, lift your spine, and roll your inner left shoulder out, and then dangle the strap behind you, right? So we work from the shoulder girdle, not just reaching and with the arms. Grab the strap, or it might be, oh, I can get my left hand, even my left wrist I can grab with my right one. But the shoulders stay open. They don't round, and the breast stays buoyant. Turn to the sky, pulling your throat, and third eye back. Spin your back heel to the sky, release the posture, move the right foot back to meet the left foot. Inhale, high plank. Make sure your shoulders, please, are not forward of your wrists, and if they are, scooch the feet back, scooch the knees back. And exhale, come halfway down as we did before, bending your elbows, hugging them in. Right shoulder blade towards left back pocket and spine, left shoulder blade towards right back pocket and spine. Upward facing dog hardly requires anything after that shoulder alignment, yeah? You can refine, squeeze your triceps in, drishti down, third eye back, then you can take the head back. But don't let the knees collapse down. Knees are off the floor for this pose. Exhale, come low to the floor if you can, or come through the knees if that's more supportive. Lift the hips high. Nice work. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. And then when you're ready, exhale, float the left foot forward. And then phase one, you know where you were last time. If the block is in front of you, 90 degrees with your left leg, left hand on the block, right arm up and over. Breathe here and feel that gorgeous extension through your side body. If the strap is your friend right now and companion, or it's simply your arm, bow forward more from the hip, less rounding to grab, which is natural and normal, but not optimal. Fold at the hip, look down at your perineum and pelvic floor. Strap would be in your right hand, take a breath. If you're not using the strap, do the same actions. If your hand is on a block and a prop, do the same actions. Roll your right shoulder to your ear and back. Hug the right shoulder blade towards your spine. Then, with the strap, you let it dangle. Your left arm goes underneath as high to the groin as you can get it, and then pull the left shoulder up to your ear and back, and squeeze the shoulder blades towards your spine. And then maybe grab the right wrist or the palm, whatever you can grab, and start to take the throat and the third eye back. Maybe gaze goes to the sky. 2 more breaths, or gaze can be straight ahead. Inner shoulders out, triceps in. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, high plank. When you're ready, exhale, come onto your bellies. Now, some of you have 2 props or a pillow, and I invite you to take them. And we're going to play a little bit with the props. If you don't worry about it. If you don't feel like it, you don't have to. We're going to go into bow. Another option is you can take a blanket or a towel, right, and come here. So, when you're ready, inhale. What you're doing is your hip points are slightly in front of your prop. Okay? You want to feel stable, and this is a little destabilizing to get into, so be mindful and move slowly, please. Now, we're thinking about our third eye. The gateway into our third eye is our throat and our neck alignment. So we're doing a lot of that to open up the vision and the sight and the neck alignment. So once you feel your hip points slightly in front of your props, bend your right knee, or if you're tighter on one side in the shoulder, my right shoulder is tighter. So I'm going to do the right knee. If you're leftist, bend your left knee first. It doesn't, that's better. Then take a breath. Lift your belly, stretch your knees back, and grab the outside of the bent knee foot, whichever shoulder's tighter. If you can't do that, take your hand alongside the chest. Then on an exhale, bend your other knee. Inhale, reach with that arm, grab the front of the ankle. Make sure your thumbs are with the rest of the hand, and inhale, lift up. Turn your feet in, bend your elbows, point them to the sky. Look down, pull the right shoulder into the spine and the shoulder blade. Pull your left shoulder into the spine and shoulder blade. Keep looking down and lift the legs as high as you can. High, high, high. Exhale, come into the posture here. Curl your toes under. You're supported now. Push your pubic bone into your props, and it might be you can take your hands back to a deeper up dog than you're used to. Look down. Move the right shoulder to your ear and back into the spine. Left shoulder, good job. In and back into the spine. If you can pull your throat and third eye back, and it's comfortable and doesn't hurt, or feel strained, look up. Push into your blocks, lift the spine, lift the spine. Nice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come out of the pose. Nice work. Exhale, you're gonna come into a plank now. Now, a couple things I should mention. Maybe you don't wanna come out of this because you've got a prop here, and if you know you can't hold a plank, lifting your knees up, then this is what you do. So you just keep this here, put it right on the center of your thighs, so a little lower than you had it, and you might be able to hold. This is what we're doing. Can you see? Elbows are a little forward or directly under, a little harder, your shoulder. Thumbs, just as we began, dear one, in your third eye chakra. And then you start to take it down. Then you can stay here, and you have a prop. Or you can forget the prop, take it to the side, and simply lift up, okay? So I'm gonna take my prop to the side to show you what that looks like. Palms are together. So the hands and the shoulders are perfectly symmetrical when you do this, as opposed to interlacing fingers. As you come into the posture, on the knees, take your shoulders to your ears and back. And even before I lift my knees, I think right shoulder blade to my spine, left shoulder blade to my spine. Activate my abdominal wall and then lift up, feet together. With the feet together, I gently rest, right? Do the same, third eye into your thumbs. We'll hold here. Activate Ujjayi breath. Squeeze your knees. Squeeze your elbows. Lift your belly a little more. Firm your hips. Pull your right shoulder blade to your spine. Pull your left shoulder blade to your spine. Feel the space that you get in the neck. One more round of breath there. Come down. Simply take your hands wide in Sphinx position and take a breath. Look down. Now start with your left this time. Left shoulder blade to your ear and hug the left shoulder blade to your spine. Right shoulder to your ear. Right shoulder blade to your spine. Lift up. Throat back. You can close your eyes if you're tired. That would be natural. Very normal to be tired here. And then when you're ready, come onto all fours. Now, if you're on all fours and you've got wrist stuff going on, roll the front of your sticky mat in so you have a little shelf here. And you can have the bases of your wrists on the shelf. Okay, and you can work like this. We're gonna go backwards. And so this is deep flexion. If that's still too much, you can place a blanket or towel like this, and it makes a bigger shelf to give you even more support if the carpals are something that you struggle with. Bases of the wrists. Some of you don't need any of that, okay? If you're here, and then you'll be here, okay? So we're gonna be in table, all of us together, as we warm up the wrist a little bit for some juicy arm balance. So make sure, good, nice, good. Looking good. Thank you for staying so deeply with me, I feel that. The center of your wrist lined up with your outer shoulder on either side. Take a moment. Take your knees back a little bit more. You want them back a little to create space through the side body, which will allow more mobility and dexterity in the shoulder girdle. Then inhale, you're going to simply take your hips to the left, claw the floor, rock forward, push through the index finger mounds more, and then take the hips to the right, and then take them back. Do that a few times. Count how many times you do, of course. We just did one together. This is 2. And then that currency of your tension, notice what you notice. I felt a little tension in the base of my pinky side of the wrist, which I had no idea was there. It's subtle, but it's there. Never would have noticed it if I was talking to you and not really tuned into my body. It's subtle. What's yours? Where do you feel something? Maybe it's like, whoa, my wrists feel really totally clear. And that's such a gift. That's the gift. But then the upeksha, that macro view, is, wow, but look how I can move my body no matter what. I feel tight, but you know what? It's a miracle. Go the other direction now, the same amount of times that you did. Notice what that feels like. Good. Now, I'm going to face you this way so you can see. Okay, I'm going to give myself a little proppage here for my knees. Okay, so now what you're going to do is really carefully, gingerly, lightly, take your right hand off the floor. Come high on your fingertips. Your index fingers pointing forward. Bend your elbow, take a breath. Drop your chest down, squeeze your right shoulder blade in towards your spine and re-straighten the arm. Hold here, push the floor away from you with your left hand. Lift your belly. Nice. Now, don't change a thing anywhere. Just lean your hips to the left and now flip your TP that you've made with your right hand backwards. Put pressure evenly now on your right palm and left palm and right fingertips and see if there's any sensation through that right wrist. If there's no sensation, that doesn't feel not good. If all is well, make your palm flat. If it starts to feel any kind of sharpness, tinglings, numbness, then stay high on your fingertips here, okay? Now, you're going to do the same thing. Pull your hands towards one another like you're trying to clap them isometrically and make circles one direction. And very slowly, if there's tightness, you move slowly with the deepest breath possible. And yet we don't need to be afraid of tightness as long as it's not searing, numb, pinching, or nervy. Go the other way down, the same amount of times. Nice work, good, nice smooth action. Good. Now, you're going to slowly come high on your fingertips if you're not already. Take a breath. Move the hand back forward. With the hand back forward, you'll go the other way now. High on your fingertips, bend your elbow. This is the left elbow. Hug the left shoulder blade to your ear, and then squeeze it back in towards your spine. Re-straighten the arm, and make circles one way. This creates a lot of strain through our carpals, and then you'll make circles the other way. And then we'll slowly flip the palm the other way and notice how that feels. Index finger points to the back. If that feels tingly, numb, I feel like a tiny bit of weird numbness that I'm not used to feeling. So I'm going to breathe and see how that goes. Circles one way, and mine just dissipated. So now I know, okay, I can take my palm flat, maybe. I'm going to go slowly, and that's good for me. See how that feels for you. Any sharpness, tingly, numbness. If you can't breathe because the sensation is too tight, then that's a sign to go back to the fingertip level. Circles with the hips, slowly one way. Circles with the hips, gently the other way. Nice. Go back to high in your fingertips. When you're ready, take a breath, steady your hips out, and then go back to center. Good. Go on your ridge chops now. So that's right here where the fingers meet the hands. See if you can do that action. And take a breath and take a few cat-cows. Inhaling up, pushing through the index finger mounds, exhaling in. Inhaling up, exhaling in. Inhaling up. Good. Now take the right middle fingertip out to the right, left middle fingertips out to the left. If that flexion is too much, you honor that and it's high on the fingertips. Everybody take a moment. Wherever you are, lift your spine and bend your elbows. Hug your left shoulder blade towards your ear, and then in that bottom tip of your scapula, to the spine. With your right elbow bent, hug the right shoulder blade to your ear, and then into the spine. Keep hugging the shoulder blades to the spine as you push into the floor, make your arms straight. Hip circles one way. The most extreme version of this is middle fingers directly right and left, okay? So if you can do that, you're welcome to. Very nice. Then, when you're ready, come off your hands. And come a little closer. Good. So good. Fingertips press. Lift your arms. Your elbows are as high as your shoulders. Lift your spine. Elbows out, arm bones back. Right shoulder blade towards left back pocket. Right shoulder blade towards left back pocket. Press. Press your fingertips together. Good. Now you're going to take your right thumb and arm across the body. One more time. Arm bone back and shoulder blade to spine. Squeeze your tricep in. Now don't change anything in the upper arm. You've got deep external rotation. What you're going to do is simply, I hope you can see this. I'm trying to find the right angle. Good. With your left thumb, hook your right thumb and start to pull the right fingertips towards your third eye. You can touch your third eye. You get a wrist stretch, you get an elbow stretch, and shoulder stretch. You can go even down further. It can go under your chin. You're pulling these fingertips towards your heart. Stretch in the wrist. Nice. Then you take the left hand and very gently, nothing changes here. This is all integrated. And hand on the 4 right fingertips. Press the fingertips towards the earth, not moving anything in the upper arm. Yeah. Breathing into your carpals lovingly with so much compassion. Wow, those carpals, I don't know if they've ever done more for humans than they do now with our technology. And then when you're ready, go the other direction. Lift your spine and shoulder to your ear, back, and hug the left shoulder blade in. We can often do this, friend, but then we don't do that last component medially, right? You want the shoulder blade, this shoulder blade goes in. That's part of the deep, optimal alignment that heals and strengthens everything and gives us power, right? And then when you're ready, you're going to slowly, keeping this inner shoulder floating out, right? Slowly, slowly, take your right thumb, hook it around your left, and you're pulling it in. So these fingertips on your left hand move towards you. You hook right thumb on top of left and pull it in and down, in and down, in and down. And again, the middle finger on your left hand can touch your third eye, or if you want deeper wrist flexion through the left wrist, as you pull that left thumb down towards your bicep, the fingertips can go to your heart even. Breathe. Good. Inhale, unfurl like a server. Palm goes up. If it's comfortable, you can take that right hand on the 4 longer fingers and push down. Nothing changes here. Totally stabilized through the shoulder girdle. All the movements happening through the wrist and form. Nice. Good. Come onto your back. Do breath of fire now to continue opening up the heat. Left elbow's bending, elbows to the sky, hands interlace at the occiput. You're gonna go at your own pace, 30-ish sit-ups. Taking right elbow to left outer knee, exhale, stretch it out. Exhale. Your third eye is pushing back. Sharp inhales, sharp exhales, breath of fire unless you're pregnant, baby in belly, hypertension, eye issues, any cardiac vulnerabilities. If you feel good, great, go. If you're not sure, just do smooth Ujjayi breath. 30. When you're done, smooth inhale, exhale out the nose. Bring your legs together. Remember this form. We're going to do it soon, facing the other way. Knees in, eastward facing stretch. Hardest version, your wrists are warmed up. Middle fingers face forward, outer shoulders, unless you have wrist vulnerabilities. If you do, take fists. Press your knuckles down. Everybody bend your elbows. If this is too much, but you don't have wrist injuries, you just have tightness, middle finger to the side. Go. Inhale, squeeze your legs. Bend your elbows, point them back. Take your arm bones to your ears. Squeeze the triceps back and hug your right shoulder blade towards your spine, left shoulder blade towards your spine. Ajna, gaze, drishti down, legs up, breathe. Now push the floor away from you. Gaze is still at the navel, and then pull the sides of the throat back, sides of the ears back. Start to lift the gaze and pull the ajna, third eye, back, and then you can take the head up and lift the chest. Last breath, push the floor away from you. As you come down, keep the legs together and point the elbows back to maintain integrity through the shoulder girdle. Interlace your fingers the exotic way, the way you don't usually, at the nape of the neck. Bend your right knee, left leg straight and parallel to floor. Take your left elbow towards your outer right knee. Activate Ujjayi. If you're doing that, 30 more, go. Yeah, make sure your kneecaps, friend, are pointing more to the sky as you move the legs. Good. Exhale. When you're ready, come out of the posture one more time. Same posture. Phase 1, on the knuckles. If you're totally exhausted and toast through the legs, bend your knees. Take a more reverse table with the feet out or sitting. Same thing, knuckles, middle fingers out to the side, or it could be middle fingers pointing your hips. Take your hands a little closer together behind you if you want more edge challenge. Take a breath wherever you are. Lift your spine. Point your elbows as you bend them straight back. Galvanize the power of your shoulder girdle. Arm bones to your ears, back. This time, left shoulder blade into your spine first. Right shoulder blade into your spine first. Puff your chest, look down, tone your belly, lift up. Look at your navel and get your hips as high as you can by pushing the floor away from you. Then again, sides of the throat back, lift your hips, sides of the ears back, then ajna back, then head can go. Stretch your legs, stretch your arms, breathe and shine in all directions. Your own wisdom, celebrating your connection to your own intuition, celebrating your belief in your own imagination. Shine, picture yourself like a sun. Imagine and exhale, keep the knees together as you release the hips. We'll go into peacock posture now. We're so prepped for this pose. Abs are warmed up, shoulders are open. It's one of the few arm balances where it actually helps you to open the shoulders to prep for it. So it's very unusual. So you might feel this pose really differently by leaps and bounds because of the shoulder prep we did. And of course, we did the wrist prep. Ready? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna inhale. My hair is a situation. So as you come into your knees, come onto your knees, organize your hair and all the things, get everything out of the way because then you might dip forward. And then you might take a bolster, a towel, or a blanket for your face. Some of us, psychologically, it just helps us feel like we can let go, even if we don't realize it. So if you're not sure, just put something soft there and check out the difference. Now, if you're new to this pose, slowly turn your fingers like so and take your hands inner shoulder, right where your armpits are, distance, and come high on your fingertips. If the wrists are vulnerable, make a big pad here, double a blanket or a towel. Make sure the sticky part is over this end, and you can place them, can you see me? Like this, right? So you can play in here. If you do this pose a lot, nothing's vulnerable, then you take your wrist together, and you don't even need the shelf. But you could use the shelf, because some of us, we can go here, wrist flat, but then when we go wrists together, which is the final form of the pose, we all of a sudden, our wrists lift and we can't do it. So this is the bridge to that, right? The bases of the wrists are on the ledge of the blanket with the grip. You need the grip. The finger pads are down, okay? So those are all sorts of little hacks to support you. Again, the softness for your face here. Then, when you're ready, as you come into the posture, you want to claw the floor, pressing through, just like your down dog, the inner edges of the hands. Then when you're ready, you're going to bend your elbows like we did in the last pose and point them back. If you've got a lot of abundance in the upper body, take your hands apart and you might feel more spacious, inner shoulder distance. Or bend your elbows and start to point your elbows back towards your belly button more to allow room. Walk your knees then to the outside of your fingertips forward. So the right to the outside of my fingertips. Can you see that? And that's another little hack. As you push your elbows in towards your belly, take the right shoulder blade in towards your spine. So shoulder up, back towards your spine. Left shoulder up, back towards your spine. Now, heart forward, lift your legs. See if you can catch your feet like a diamond here, and some of you will straighten. And the legs become like the last pose we did, like a unit here. Most of us, it doesn't just happen, and so that diamond form, soles of the feet together, pushing, counterbalances, and you can get up. So see where you get. Make sure you're breathing. Always, always breathing. We can't fly without air, right? Give it a round or two, a go or two. And as you do your second round, it might be you were middle fingers pointing back to the sides, and now you want to have them a little more, they were pointing back more and wrists together, and now you want to give it a little more ease. And so your index fingers still point back, but a little more towards the sides of your sticky mat, and that works too. Just like your down dog, hand pause, claw the floor, press through the inner edges, and then as you work the posture, don't lift the legs until you really align the shoulder girdle, which you've worked so hard practicing. Lift your spine, take the left shoulder this time to your ear and back, left shoulder blade in towards the base of the heart and the spine. Right shoulder up, back, squeeze that right shoulder blade in towards your spine. My right shoulder tends to drop, so I'm going to do even extra. And then press your elbows as far back into your navel as you can and lift up. Stretching your heart forward is the other key. Open shoulders. Open shoulders. Good. When you're finished that pose, or your attempt at that pose, it's such a valiant pose to attempt. And even if the knees never come up off the ground, we work so hard at our abs, so hard upper body. It's really astonishing. Now what you're going to do is take your knees 2 to 3 inches outside your hips. If you have no pillow or prop, don't worry about it. If you do, take the pillows or props and sit on your heels and position it such that the elbows 2 to 3 inches in front of your block. So that my block is above my elbow. My elbows are shoulder distance, and you take reverse Anjali Mudra. And then you squeeze your triceps. Lift your right shoulder up and squeeze the right shoulder blade towards your spine. Left shoulder up, left shoulder blade towards the spine. Hug your ankles in and breathe. Let your third eye touch the floor. If it's dangling, maybe put something under it to press it in. And now contemplate, what's something, are you living in the what if as opposed to what is? Maybe you have anxiety about something that it hasn't happened yet, and it might not happen. And that's the perspective shift. Change your lens. You can always change your lens. In yoga, it reminds us that. Most things, a lot of the time, what is, we can deal with. Often we get caught up in the what ifs. Big picture, what is, upeksha, breathe into the now. And any anxiety, breathe it out. If you don't feel anything, if you're really at peace in your life right now, then simply breathe and welcome your imagination in. When there's more peace, imagination flows, ideas flow. Welcome your intuition in. Yeah, welcome you, intuition, more fully. Good. Inhale. When you're ready, rise up. Now, if you've got props, take your 2 props. Or 1 big pillow, whatever you got. Take them long. I've got them like this. Can you see that? Yeah? Then you're going to take them in front of you. You might have a pillow. Anything that's shoulder-ish length, a little wider, a little longer, take above you. If you don't, just simulate the Y shape. We did this before, yeah? Have your fingers around the top, nice and clearly, so you have good grip. And then when you're ready, inhale, walk your feet back, lift your belly. Make your arms really firm and squeeze the blocks or prop into center. Feel your triceps roll down, lift your head and arms on an exhale. Biceps and ears align. Inhale, third eye to floor. Same thing. Lift your inner shoulders up, shoulder blades hug to spine, rise up. Exhale, come down. Exhale up, come down. Exhale up, come down. Last one, exhale up. A little higher. Yeah, nice, come down. Now check it, watch me for a sec. And it might be, again, you don't have a prop, and that's fine. Pinkies down, arm bones lift. Both shoulder blades and the tips move to the spine. Now this is the key. Third eye stays down, right? Parallel to floor, neutral third eye. And what you're going to do is you're going to exhale up, then bend your elbows, and don't let the elbows drop. Just bend them and stretch them straight and come down. If you've got props, it's really quite a challenge and fun. Same thing. Pinkies down, arm bones up, bottom tips of shoulder blades into the spine. Exhale up, bend, push, squeeze. Ah, they fell. I did this last night 10 times, they never fell. So one more time. If it goes that way, you laugh, lift, and it reflects on the form. I wasn't squeezing in enough because I'm talking, and come down. Exhale up, bend, come down. Exhale up. It really challenge you to find that midline. So join me. Exhale up, bend, with props or not. Good. That's it. Keep going. Just do your best. Nice. When you're ready, finish it up. Join me for Gomukhasana. You can sit on something or not. So yogi's choice here. You're going to take a strap if you're tighter on the shoulders. If you know you can't bind in Gomukha, or you're not sure, take a strap or towel and have it handy. You're going to take your left knee from a table position and wrap it in front of your, start with your right, start with your right knee. I'll mirror you with my left. Right knee in front. So take your right knee in front of your left. Look down. And then take your shins and make them equal distance in their width. And you press the top of the feet down like heroes and scooch your hips back. Roll your thighs in and down and make sure the shins, again, are opening at the same rate. Like my one shin, I'm pulling that top front shin a little bit more in so that you can tell, oh, when I look across my body here, my heels are lined up. My heels and my navel, okay, that's your sign. Press your underside thigh down and pull your right hip back so you feel grounded in the earth. Nice. Now, if you're using a strap or towel, that would go in your left hand like a server in a restaurant, palm up. Lift your spine by pressing your right hand down, tone your belly. Like we did in our stretches. Remember we did this early on? Same actions. Take the head of the humeral bone up to your ear, back, and then hug that bottom left hip of your shoulder blade towards your right back pocket. Then stretch the arm. You've got a strap in it. Bend at the elbow and squeeze your tricep in. Extend your right arm out like when we did our bind and extended side angle, internal rotation. Thumb goes down, but the head of the humeral bone on the right goes back. Hug the right shoulder blade towards your spine. Then, without rounding the shoulders, take the knuckles behind you and try to walk your hands towards each other or grab the strap. If you feel your hands, hook them. Breathe. The more you can squeeze your elbows towards one another, it helps. And then remember, ribs down, third eye back. Spin your inner right shoulder out, last breath. Nice work. Release. That's an intense pose, no? When you're ready, stay where you are. I'm just going to move so you can see. And you're going to take your left arm up one more time. Shoulder back. This arm got quite a stretch, yeah? Can you feel that? So it's so sweet to take your palm. One thing you can do, which is super sweet, is take a prop to the right and take your forearm, and it just like clears that stretch, and you can take the other arm over. Let's do that. We're going to be so sweet. That last pose is so much. And then make sure the top left shoulder blade is still hugging into the shoulder towards the spine, so you can twist the underside of the gaze up if you wish, and lean, and then inhale up. Good. You can take this prop to the other side, and now we'll go round 2. So the strap will be over here to the right. Come onto the knees by leaning forward, and then you're going to switch it out. So you're going to take this left knee in front, the right knee back. Point your toes and extend the shins straight out so they look even. Tops of feet push down, ankles in, like Virasana. Walk your hips back and land on them. It might be that you want your seat. And prop yourself up if that feels good, and an elevation of the low back. Then look, shins. Most of us have to take our front left shin a little more in, and I look at the heels and do the heels, my navel, and the other heel line up. Good. And then when you're ready, inhale. You're going to take your right arm up. You might have the strap in it if you're using a strap. Like a waiter or waitress, as you lift the spine, head of the humeral to your ear, back, Right shoulder blade into the base of the spine, lift the arm. You're still really rolling this right tricep in to help integrate that shoulder blade into the spine. And then you can let it dangle. And then left arm out to the side. Lift the shoulder to your ear and back and hug the shoulder blade in towards your spine as you flip the palm behind you. So even as you internally rotate the left arm, it's not rounding and slumping. It's still rising like a sun back. Exhale, press the knuckles into your low back, and then reach for the strap towel or maybe the hand. What happens is the front ribs tend to pop forward. And it's really hard in this pose, but worthwhile to resist and pull in, right? Intuition, imagination is all about going within. Exploring the unseen. Make sure you're breathing and take the ajna back, throat back. Press the top knee down, last breath. When you're ready, slowly release. Carefully spin the left shoulder up and out, and then find the prop. And then you get a gorgeous side stretch as you open this shoulder. Right arm extends. And then take the head of the humeral bone back into the shoulder blade in the socket. Good. Inhale, come up. We'll do one bridge or full wheel, and we're really warmed up. So we're going to take it right into Dwi Viparita Dandasana if you want to take it down onto your elbows. So I'll talk you through all the above. Take a bridge pose. Everybody, whichever pose you're doing, same feet outer hip width distance. Make sure they don't splay out. Knees, four corners pointing up. Then come onto your back. And if you're taking bridge, palms down, hug the shoulders into the earth, and then squeeze the shoulder blades to the base of the spine. Do the same thing if you're prepping for bridge. As you squeeze the shoulder blades into the spine, your chest lifts. Take the arms up like a sleepwalker. Bring the fingers together, feel the forearms tone, and then roll your triceps in, bend the elbows, plant the hands. Like when you did in peacock, claw the floor, rooting through the inner edges. Don't let the elbows splay out as you lift the hips. Exhale. Take a deep inhale, and then exhale. Push into the earth, straighten your arms, come into full wheel. In full wheel, squeeze your triceps in, lift your heels. Walk your feet in and into your full maximum capacity and make your arms straight, rerouting the heels nice and wide. Bend your elbows, hug the right shoulder blade to your spine, left shoulder blade towards your spine, re-straighten the arms, push. If you want to go more deeply, bend your elbows, lift your heels, come onto the top of the head, pause. Come onto your right forearm, elbow in, outer shoulder distance. Left forearm, elbow in, outer shoulder distance. Interlace your fingers or palms flat if you wish, and then on an exhale, lift your hips by pushing into your elbows. Squeeze your elbows in, root the full heel onto the floor, and take your right shoulder blade towards your left back pocket, left shoulder blade towards your right back pocket. Come onto your head, push out your head, find your palms, meeting the earth, back to Urdhva Dhanurasana, shoulders back, exhale, push up straight, inhale, walk your feet out. Maybe you want to hit an Urdhva Dhanurasana 2 on the way. Legs 1 unit like peacock. Bend your elbows, point them to the sky. If you're in bridge, come down. Nice work. That's an amazing sequence. Take a moment, bring your palms at heart center, touch your third eye. What do you feel right now? You might be so tired and yet feeling so good from the practice. It might feel like stillness, nothingness. Yoga, Buddhism, they call it shunya. The experience of the endless void. And in that void, in that cosmic blackness, is where our intuition and our imagination live. When you're ready, take your hands, interlace at the center of the thigh here. Or you can take your strap, harness up to clear the back after all that back bending. Take a moment, press your hips and left inner thigh to the floor, bend both elbows. Press your shoulders to the floor and re-straighten the arms. Good. Second side. Bend your left knee. Press your hips, your right inner thigh to the earth. And then bend both elbows. Press your shoulders into the floor and then re-stretch your arms straight. Good. Bend your knees. Slowly press your feet to the floor, lift your hips up, swing your hips all the way to the right, and take the knees to the left as you stretch your right leg straight. You can have a strap in your left hand, strapping up the foot, or with your left hand, grab the pinky toe side of your right foot. Arm is a goalpost through the right, just like we did in warm-up. Instead of working on pushing the right elbow down, take the right shoulder to your ear and then down. Then maybe press the back of the knuckles down, maybe take the gaze over to the right if it's comfortable, but pull the throat and third eye back. Inhale, bring the knees up, place the feet, move the hips back to neutral, claim neutral first, okay? Good. And then inhale, lift the hips, exhale, hips go to the left, knees go to the right, and then extend your left leg straight. Your strap can be in your right hand, harness it up, or grab the pinky toe side of your left foot. Exhale, take the arm out like a goalpost. And when you're ready, line your knees up. And then work the left shoulder to your ear and to the earth. And maybe the knuckles go, maybe the gaze goes. Third eye back. Good. Inhale, launch the knees up. Bring the hips to neutral. Look down at your hips. Watch your hips, your knees as the legs extend. Line up. Watch your heart lined up with your hips and the pubic bone, and then take your middle fingers together with the palms and touch your third eye with your thumbs. Flex your feet for a moment so you're in Tadasana on your back, activating this Ajna chakra. Take 3 very present breaths. And as you inhale the breath, feel your gaze pull back into the back of the skull. And see if you can start to let it rest there. It's called Shambhavi Mudra. And as you extend the arms, breathe into that third eye, let the feet go. And practice this technique of going into the shunya, the space of deep imagination, the black, velvety quiet of the spirit, the deep terrain of the intuition. And every time the thoughts come, or maybe you can even have a sense how the thinking mind is in the front, and keep pulling the awareness back, the focus back. Shambhavi Mudra. Then when you're ready, begin to take a deeper breath and feel the depth of where you've traveled in your mind. The body is sacred, and the body is this incredible vehicle that when we work with it, like you did in your practice, right, it can take you so deeply into the center of yourself. As you start to emerge from your rest, sometimes it takes the reemergence to even realize how deeply we've gone into our bodies and our hearts and psyches. So be sweet with yourself and slow in this reemergence as you wiggle your fingertips and toe tips. Stretch in any way that feels good and right to you. And then you can gently roll to the right and at a slow pace, at a gentle, loving speed, press up to a seat. As you reclaim your seat, take your palms in Anjali Mudra and touch your thumbs to your third eye gently. Feel into the space. And then feel the attention draw back, that upeksha, the macro perspective. And we'll sing one Om to the practice, this technology that really always, you practice and you leave and you feel differently, right? You see everything a little differently. That's the magic of this technology of yoga. So we sing Om as a gratitude, thanks to the practice, honoring ourselves for getting here. And Om is also the bija, the seed mantra. It's called to work with this chakra. And the way to heal and come into harmony with it is to chant Om. So sing Om, inhale. Om. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today.